And once again, we are live. So if you're listening to us on the podcast, then welcome. But if you're watching us via YouTube, hello and welcome to you too. And today I am joined by a wonderful lady, and I am very excited to hear her story. Well, for you to hear her story, and I think a lot of people are going to be inspired by your journey. And I wondered if I just wanted to kind of just jumping straight away and say, can you explain to us a little bit about life before mystery school, then how life is now? And welcome, Lynn. Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Livina Kate. Hi, everyone. I'm Ling. Uh, I'm Ling Lei, and so I was born and raised in Vietnam, and I have lived and I moved to the U.S. around 16 to 17 years old as a teenager. And I would say, uh, and I got initiated. I did the Empower Thyself class 3 years ago, um, and I would say that before, so I was, when I was, ever since I was born, I always felt that I was here for something. I felt like, okay, I want to help people, um, but I didn't know how. And I remember as a child, I was so sensitive to other people's emotions around me. And I saw that my parents, especially my parents, but really everyone, all the adults, they just seemed so miserable in their lives. Like they would get up, they go to work, they didn't really seem to like their work. They go home stressed out, worry about paying bills, about cooking, making food, and they didn't even seem to like being around the family or around each other. And I think I learned from a young age that that was how life was supposed to be. But there was always this rebel, I guess, in me. Like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Absolutely no sense whatsoever. And thank God, that I still had that connection. So ever since little, that was my thought. And I think that feeling of not belonging, right, because I didn't subscribe to what other people thought, was something that I've always kind of made me feel like I was an outsider in my own home, in my own country. Partly of the reason why I went to the US, I think. But and even when I was in the US, I would have I would have a lot of friends, but it's still the same thing where sure, we have our dreams and passions, and we were young, but I I felt like the doom and gloom was waiting for us. Once we get out of college, holy moly, this is it. Like, this is adulthood, and it's gonna be struggles. Um, and I would say that definitely that, I guess that the adulthood jading, it did hit. I got a job in corporate right after college. I felt so blessed, because got a high paying job in San Francisco. It was and still is a dream of so many. And definitely, at some point, I forgot that, oh, I wanted to help many people. I forgot, and my mind started kind of flooding with, okay, I guess life is this. Like, I guess this is how it's gonna look like. Go to work. I guess I'll try to climb the corporate ladder. I guess I'll go home and go on Netflix and maybe busy making meals on Sundays, trying to make friends. And then, thank God I went through a breakup. um, and I guess, people say that breakup breaks you open. And I think I'm really thankful for all the breakups I've gone through, because I think many of them have aligned with a lot of big changes in my life. And I think in 2018, it was when I was walking down San Francisco and was like, this doesn't feel right. I'm not supposed to go home and just I'm not supposed to live life this way. And that's when I remember, all right, as a child, um, yeah, I wanted something different.
And it's so interesting because, I just want to pick up you were are very successful in the matrix, let's call it, or the real world, or whatever people want to call it. And even then, even when you'd achieved, and you were a very high achiever, even when you'd achieved what most people would absolutely desire as the perfect life, you still felt there was something missing. And so what did you do about that, and in terms of your mystery school and how that turned out?
Yes, for sure. So I was, I guess, successful externally because it's not easy for an immigrant um, student to not even from Vietnam to go to the US. That was already a success, and then to get a full time job right afterwards, and be high paying, six figure, all that stuff. So yeah, so that when that moment I realized, oh, I forgot my childhood aspirations. Then I just started, just started working on myself because I know that I had to change if I want to make the world a better place. And I started working, I guess, like doing some somatic practices. And then around a year afterward, that's when I had a spiritual awakening. It was after another breakup. I was very like anti spirituality, before. Anytime anyone says spirituality, religion, Jesus, anything, I'm like, no, not. And so, so you could only imagine, like what it must have taken for me to just
Yeah.
kind of, it's like a switch was turned on. And so because of that, I had to, okay, now I have all these atheist friends. That's not gonna work. I need to find people to talk to. Otherwise, I feel like I'm crazy. And so yeah, I looked up. I don't remember what I looked up. I think I was looking for spirituality meetups, and then and then I saw this meetup that was actually inactive. But then I met this guide, her in her website, and it was just like automatic. Her website wasn't even like working properly. I couldn't even find a way to contact her, like in her form. But somehow I just look for her email and be like, hey, I want to meet you. So it was funny. Yeah, I want to meet you. And then I went to see her, and I don't remember what she said. I think I totally misunderstood what she was talking about when you're talking about life activation or lineage. I thought because I was looking for a way to heal my family lineage. So I thought that's what she meant, which is, in some sort of, it is, but that's not what she meant. Yeah. So, but I remember she was just whatever she was talking like, yeah, I'll do it. No, whatever. It's only what I'm out like a few $100s. Sure. Oh, naturally, I was gonna do 3 sessions, so like more than that, but whatever. I'm just willing to change it to try it. Um, and so I got the life activation, and a month later, empowered myself, and that was probably 4 months after Empower Myself was when like I remember I was doing some of the visuals, and at some point my literally my eyes got colorful. Like I was seeing the world um, with colors instead of black and white grayscale before, and that was what I knew. Okay, I'm doing the right thing. Like mentally, yeah. Okay, I know that.
Yeah, because you've obviously come from that non-belief or not or non.
No.
Now you're in this like, whoa, hold on a minute, something is going on. So, but how is your life now in comparison? Tell us a little bit about that.
So so I think the biggest change, first of all, is inner change, where of course I'm so much more self-assured in who I am, and that I got some like I've just affirmed to myself so many times that yes, I'm here for a reason. Like I as a child, like my little Ling wasn't wrong, and I just feel so much more connected to my myself. I found, I'm in a really good relationship with a partner, and I think romance was one of my big challenges in the past, because I wasn't, valuing myself enough, and I, I think there's this calmness and stillness that, oh, actually, no, this is the proof. So I proved to myself that you're right. Life doesn't have to be full of sufferings. Doesn't have to be full of pains. And you're right. You can actually have everything that you want. And just I think because I've continue being challenged and challenging myself, it just I feel like it's a gift that keeps on giving because I value freedom and I don't like it when people tell me no, and so for me it doesn't. I mean, it's I just feel like holy moly, it's this feeling of, oh, I can, if I want this I can do it. Um, and it's just very empowering. And of course, I still have abundance, finance. I have a good big apartment that I love being at. I have a cat, and my social life definitely has been getting much better. Where I got people that I really feel connected to, and not just hanging out of obligations. But I think for the inner peace is something that all the inner change is something that is unmatched.
I love that. Thank you so much. I know that 10 minutes went so quickly, but it was just, it's so inspiring because, and I think a lot of people are going to relate to that, having that non-belief, that completely, okay, this is, success means this. And then all of a sudden, taking that leap of faith, and now you've got the whole package. You've got everything that you want. So well done and congratulations. And I know that's going to inspire a lot of people. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Divina Kate. Thank you for having me.
And thank you everyone for listening in, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye.